If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
It's Tom Brady. I would come out of retirement to go play with Tom Brady. Let's do that because you have a great chance, a high probability of winning a championship.
What happens if Tom Brady wins his it sounds silly even to say it, his 8th Super Bowl ring?
Pretty much nothing. I mean, it ain't gonna change the way we feel about Tom Brady. We already think he's the greatest to ever do it. And all it's gonna do is just add another notch to what greatness is. And we're gonna start looking at these other quarterbacks who we think are extremely good and be like, but look how much better Tom Brady was. Look how much more Tom Brady did. Look how much better Tom Brady's teams were than everybody's team for over 2 decades. And I think that's all that Tom Brady is continuing to do.
We've already been at this for 2 years now, and it's only going to keep going up from here.
Because no matter how many times we say it, we'll be like, oh, but you remember he retired and then he won? But other than that, pretty much nothing changes. The dude is the GOAT, and if he wins another one, it'll stay the same.
News.
Tom Brady is back with the Bucs for another season, and Chris Godwin thinks that Brady's comeback has put the team on a different course.
It's like the Brady effect. You know, guys want to come and play with them. They want to come in and have the opportunity to win, championships.
The Bucs are gearing up for that 8th Brady ring as they have made a ton of moves, mostly re-signing some of their own key free agents, guys like Chris Godwin, Carlton Davis, Leonard Fournette got done yesterday. They have, however, lost a couple of offensive linemen and still haven't re-signed Rob Gronkowski, Jason Pierre-Paul, or Ndamukong Suh. Somehow I feel like Gronk gets back there one way or the other.
I think Tampa and the Rams, Joy, have separated from the entire NFC, and I don't even think it's close.
I would only share an anecdote about the power of Brady. At NFL Honors, got to talk to Mike Evans, came by. Everybody loves Big Mike. Great guy, great player. And we, of course, hammered him with Tom Brady questions, and he was such a good sport about it. And as he walked away, I said, you know what, Mike, at some point in your career, you won't have to be asked about your quarterback because it was always about Johnny Football, then Jameis, and now it's always about Brady. And he's like, you know what? I love talking about Tom Brady, man. Anytime I'll talk about Tom Brady, it's totally cool. So I think that is the allure, and I thought that spoke volumes.
Are the Buccaneers, Jeff Darlington, better or worse right now than they were last season?
They are better for certain reasons, not the least of which is the fact that the division that they're playing in feels worse. They do, though, have the 4th toughest strength of schedule entering this season in the NFL. That's going to make things difficult. But look, Jason Light, the general manager, continues to find ways to add the pieces necessary to keep this team relevant with Tom Brady. The addition of Leonard Fournette, to me, is massive. I don't know how they get back to the Super Bowl without a key running back like Fournette. I think that is the latest addition, but also perhaps the most important. That's why I think that this team ultimately will be better, even though it might look very similar.
Sometime in like 2028, maybe, you'll be talking to our producers on this show and you'll say, I need a cut up because Brady retired and I want to talk about his legacy. Why is the Hall of Famer? Why he's the greatest of all time? And it'll be because he lured players out of retirement. And you'll find that Sarah Walsh bite. And it'll be part of the montage of the many players that we've heard want to play with him. And there will be no negativity ever about Tom Brady from any former player. So it's less about Aaron Rodgers and what goes on with him, but this does bolster the legacy and what he is, because we've never heard a single negative thing. In fact, Brady leaves money on the table to make sure others get paid and all of that. You hear about these phone calls and these conversations. You don't really hear about that with Aaron Rodgers, maybe in bringing Randall Cobb back, and that's fair, but I think it's more about how special Tom Brady is.
Yeah, I don't know if it matters if they're better or not. Listen, the Bucs won the Super Bowl in 2020 after not even winning their own division. So last year they won the division and they got booted out of the playoffs. But for me, the key for the Bucs was obviously Tom Brady deciding to Jordan meme his kids and come back out of retirement after 40 or so days. That makes them instantly the 2nd best team in the NFC behind the Super Bowl reigning champions, the Los Angeles Rams. So they bring back Leonard Fournette, which is huge. They trade for Shaq Mason, which fills one of their guard spots that they needed. And what I love is Russell Gage. The Russell Gage signing is sneaky, and it's a beautiful one. And I think I can see over there the Gronk signal, because he'll be back too. Why not run it back with Brady and the boys? And I even saw Edelman at UCLA catches and passes from Brady, so bring him in too.
Yeah, you saw that, Robert.
I can't even imagine what the Gronk signal would look like.
If we did this, Joy, if we took the Rams and the Buccaneers and made a Pro Bowl team out of those two rosters in the NFC, I would get Vita Vea and Aaron Donald in the middle. Thank you. I mean, seriously, you could argue those are the two best run stoppers in football in the middle on those two teams. I would get Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I would get Brady and Stafford. I would get Gronk. I would get the tight ends for the Rams and Gronk. I'd get Jalen Ramsey and then the young corner for Tampa that just got paid this weekend. The gap is massive. Rams, Bucks, and everybody else in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done buying into the Cowboys.
And I'm done with Green Bay.
Whenever you have Tom Brady, do you have an opportunity to make a run? Do you have a guy that understands how to excel and how to play in the biggest moments? You do. The NFC is weaker this year, so I believe throughout the season they'll have an opportunity to continue to get better and be ascending at the most important time.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.